South Carolina lawmakers are back at work in Columbia, where their 2023 legislative session opened today. This year, for the first time since at least Reconstruction, Republicans have a supermajority in the House of Representatives while retaining their majority in the Senate. State House reporter Mary Green explains what that'll mean for their agenda this year and how last week's state Supreme Court ruling on abortion could affect those plans.
This year's legislative session begins less than a week after the South Carolina Supreme Court struck down the state's 6-week ban on abortion. Leaders from both parties here at the State House agree that abortion is sure to be discussed and debated at some point this year.
We're going to evaluate all options that we may have in dealing with that, but you will not see us rush to a process, but you will see us make sure that we find and settle on a process that is compliant with the law, but also protects life in South Carolina.
But both Republican and Democratic leaders also share a goal to not let abortion take up time from accomplishing other priorities this year.
I'm worried that we're going to spend a great deal of time talking about abortion this year.
The timing of it, in addition to the substance of the ruling, is going to have an impact. I do not think it's going to take up the whole session.
Among their other priorities, leaders across the aisle list education at or near the top of their agendas.
Anything we can do to retain and recruit more teachers is necessary for us. But, I think the first step is going to be giving a sizable pay raise.
We're concerned about the salaries that we pay teachers. We're concerned about the incentives that we may use to attract more young people into the teaching profession. We're concerned about classroom size.
Republicans will try again to establish a voucher program to give families state dollars to send their children to private school.
We spent a lot of time on that last year. We'll spend some more time on that this year, and hopefully we can get an agreement and get there.
Democrats say they'll work to ensure public schools have the money and support they need.
Our children are vastly underrepresented up here. We've got to make sure that they are not going to be underfunded up here.
State House leaders are also hoping to pass legislation to crack down on fentanyl trafficking, to reform catch and release bail law, and to bolster economic development, the top priority for new House Speaker Murrell Smith. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
And the legislative session runs from today until mid-May. This is the start of a 2-year session, so any legislation not passed by that point will roll over to next year.